All right, welcome in. Thank you guys for joining. We're getting pretty close to the holiday and the classes are getting light. I think I had one person yesterday. I'm sure people will join late, but anyway, so this week we're talking about supplements, and I'm just gonna, does anybody have any shares or wins they want to share before I dive into this? No shares? Wins? All right, so if you have a pen and you think of a question, either write it down and save it for the end, or it is a small group. By all means, feel free to interrupt me and you can ask whatever questions you like.
Hey, Tim, this is Jean Morris. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. I might have to jump off early, so can I ask my question now?
Absolutely, please.
So I'm looking at this recipe for a paleo bread, and it's almond flour. It looks like all the things are okay, but it asks for flaxseed. Can we do flaxseed?
What day are you on?
I am starting week 8.
Yeah, you're in the 40s. I just looked at your paperwork 2 seconds
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Um, um, Yeah, you can have all that. Actually, he doesn't really recommend the flours like almond flour, coconut flour, cassava flour until after the 12 weeks.
Mm.
But if you're at least 6 weeks or beyond, and something like that comes up, if you're having an almond flour bread or an almond flour cookie, and
Right.
it's sweetened with the right sweetener, I mean, a week from today is actual Christmas. So, I
Right.
mean, do the best you can. But if you're below the first 6 weeks, just hang in there. Christmas will be here next year. We don't,
Okay,
we
and
don't,
then for the sweetener, it asks for a tablespoon of honey. Is that okay?
I would switch that out for agave.
Agave. Okay.
Agave doesn't raise the blood sugars. Some honeys are good, some are not. Some honeys are not even honey. Some honeys are half of it is high fructose corn syrup. Depends on
Mhm.
the quality. Some honey is not local. If you're going to do a honey, you want it to be local, but certainly not in the first 6 weeks.
Okay, well, it says I could do maple syrup instead.
Yeah, and I'm not thrilled about that
Okay.
necessarily because there's a way to have maple syrup without any of the sugar, and that's by using the Lakanto. So if I can substitute out and not have any sugar, I'm going to do that. Some things you
Okay.
just can't substitute, like
Okay.
like I don't know, a glass of wine. It is what it is. But as
Okay.
but the Lakanto, I can substitute that for the pure maple syrup. Now you need the pure maple syrup on cleanse days,
Right. Right. Right.
because we need some sugars to keep the blood sugar stable.
Right. Okay. Okay. That sounds good. All right. And then one more question about the honey. So the honey I have, it's from a farm in Wisconsin.
And where are you?
I'm in Phoenix. I just brought it. It was shipped to me in a gift.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not considered local.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Well,
Well,
I mean, do you live in
it's
Wisconsin?
local when I live there.
Do you live in Wisconsin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just here as a snowbird kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah, so the thing with the local honey is if you have airborne allergens,
Mm-hmm.
pollen, you want it to be local so the bees that are pollinating, that are giving you the honey, you'll get that direct kind of buffer. If you're living here and the bees were pollinating stuff over in Wisconsin, it's not going to do you much good because those are different flowers and different
Got
seeds and
it. Okay.
different
So
species and different stuff.
in theory, I would still have like an immunity or a resistance from the Wisconsin ones, in theory.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Thank you. That helps.
I mean, it's not, I think spring I'm not really an allergy person when it comes to that, I don't think. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? Get sniffles and we, blame it on that, but it might be the dairy because I realize now it's dairy that makes me feel like I have allergies.
Okay. Okay. And
So,
one question, what about these dairy-free yogurts? Like the coconut milk yogurts and that kind of thing?
yeah, I just found one, Kite Heel. Oh
Yes,
my gosh, I'm so glad you brought it up. I made a beef stroganoff a couple days ago. I know you guys aren't having beef yet, but I got some grass-fed beef. I got it from this company, and they're all individually wrapped. It's grass-fed, wild caught fish. The company is called Good Chop, and I also got some fish from Wild Alaska Company, and those are all free wild caught fish, and they're just frozen. They come to you frozen. Anyway, so I took a top sirloin, I cut it up, and I made a stroganoff with it was actually almond yogurt. It was not made from coconut, it was made from almond. There was no sugar added, and it was plain, and it came out so creamy. I put some mushrooms in there, I put a little bit of mustard in there, and then I put my It's Skinny noodles.
Okay,
And it came out really, really, I was so surprised. It was so delicious.
good. Okay, good
So
chop, right?
Good Chop is for the meats, especially once because they do have chicken and fish. So you can get those even now because you pick out what you want. If you like, I got scallops in there. I mean, all kinds of good stuff. But eventually you might want to include some beef once you finish your 12 weeks. And then at least it's a good sourced grass fed.
Great. Okay, thank you. I won't,
Yeah.
I have no more questions.
Yeah, but the dairy free, just as long as you look at your ingredients and that you understand what's in it and you can pronounce the thing, what's in it, and there's no sugars added.
Okay,
What was the brand, Tammy, that you said you
I
got?
believe it was called Kite Hill.
Kite Hill. Okay. Do you remember where you got it?
I've
Is it like
seen it all
Sprouts
over.
or Whole
I feel like
Foods?
it was Fry's, which is a Kroger store.
Okay. Don't have those here.
So you do have a Kroger
No,
store?
no.
Kroger's, I think, is Dominic's if you're in the Midwest.
I don't have those either.
But Fry's is a traditional grocery store. It's not like Whole Foods,
Okay.
where they're specific to mostly healthy stuff or.
Well, I've even seen it at Festival Foods in Wisconsin, and that's, I know you're in the Midwest freezing. I don't know where in the Midwest, but,
Kansas.
oh, okay,
We
okay.
have a Hy-Vee, a Price Chopper, a Hen House, a
I
Sprouts.
never heard of any of those. Oh, you have
I know.
Sprouts?
Yeah, we do have Sprouts.
Oh, I can't imagine you wouldn't find it there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did get mine at Fry's, which is again Kroger. So,
Okay.
all right.
It says the best thick yogurt coconut blend is the Siggy's. Have you tried that, Tammy?
God, that rings a bell.
It's in all the grocery stores. It says it's vanilla and cinnamon, non-dairy, plant-based coconut blend.
That sounds pretty good as long as there's no added sugar.
Yeah, okay. All right, now I'll let you get on with your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, no rush. So this is kind of the last one of the year per se, like, because this is Wednesday, a week from today is Christmas Day. So rather than me put together all the content for next week we can meet, well, not on Wednesday, but I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I'll just hop on. If nobody hops on, I'm leaving after 10 minutes. But what I figured I would do, if a couple of people want to hop on, I'm going to just have some fun facts, Mythbusters, just kind of basic stuff. I hate to use a good topic when most of y'all aren't going to see it. I don't want anybody to miss anything. So I'm going to save that for when the holidays is over, and then we'll dig back in, so that way you don't miss anything. I don't want anybody to miss, like things like label reading. We need that. And I don't want to put that on a day when nobody's here. So anyway, so next week, write down their questions through the week. And if you have any, come to some of the group calls and then get your questions answered there. All right, so this week we're talking about supplements. I'm going to go into, well, let's just go through the agenda. I got some shout outs and some welcomes. I got the supplement industry. I'll tell you some facts about that. What things I think are kind of a waste of money, supplement uses, what's going on, all those supplements you guys are taking, which is a lot. I'm going to break each one of them down. So you're going to have a clear picture of what the heck you're taking. I'll go over how to know if certain things are quality. And then, of course, as usual, we have some Q&A, as always. Let me see if I can find. Okay. All right. So for shout outs, we got Sarah. She is down 15 pounds and she just started. Nicole is down 13 pounds in her first 2 weeks. So she's doing great. Echo has hit her goal and she's down 26 pounds. So congrats to you, Echo. Kristen is down two pant sizes. So congrats on that. And Juliet, her A1C was at 7, and now she's at a 6.1, and her cholesterol's even improved. So a lot of you guys are here for weight loss, but a lot of you guys are not. Some of you here are for both. But there's a lot of good things happening. And yes, all these things can happen through the holidays. So congrats to all of you. If I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry about that, because there's a lot of people having a lot of good success. So I want to welcome to Stacy, Tracy, Renee, Kathy, Kimberly, Candy, Heidi, Sherry, Megan, Lila, Deb, Elizabeth, Karen, Deborah, Chris, Mitzi, Wendy, Jackie, and Priscilla. So welcome in, everybody. All right, so the supplement industry. So in 2001, there was $254 billion spent on supplements. In 2026, they're expected that number to be $377 billion. So people are still keep on buying that stuff. And I'm definitely one of them. 77% of Americans, did I hit the record button? You're muted.
Yeah, you do.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine
thank
shows
you.
we're recording.
Okay, perfect. 77% of Americans take at least one supplement. Well, that's not me. I take a boatload full. 57% of Americans of Americans 20 and up have used them in the past 30 days. Overall usage goes up as age increases. Well, yeah, we have more things. We have more pains of the week. And 25% more women use supplements than men. Well, that would make sense because guess what? All that list of all the welcomes, there wasn't, there's one guy in here, Chris. The rest was all women. So I think women are kind of the leaders in the family. We're kind of leading the ones of taking care of hopefully ourselves, but of the family. So we're the ones probably buying the supplements. We're the ones enrolling the husbands to join programs like this. It's usually the wife. It's usually the women. But so this last little fact makes a lot of sense. All right, some of the things that are a waste of money. Number one, a waste of money, and this is my experience, is something that just doesn't work for you. And I say this because certain supplements that I have personally taken and have done me a world of good. So here I'm going, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I've taken the supplement and I make sure I was selling that in my vitamin store. As a little backstory, I used to own a vitamin store, for those of you who don't know. So I would bring a good product into my store and I'd be able to sell it because I knew what a great thing it did for me. And sometimes people would come back and say, well, you know, it didn't really do a thing for me. Or customer would buy something, they'd go home and they'd use it and they'd come back and go, oh my gosh, this thing works so well. It was so great. My symptoms all went away. It was wonderful. Something. Oh, I better try that. And then sure enough, it didn't do anything for me. So everybody's body is different. So just because something works for one person does not mean it's going to work for somebody else. We are all receiving these supplements different. We're all going to respond to these supplements different. So just keep that in mind. Not everything is bad if it didn't work for you. It just didn't work for you. But there's some things out there. Garcinia cambogia and Dr. Oz, back in the day when he was on the the daytime TV, and he would have his shows, and he could make or break some of these supplements. And the people I bought my vitamin store from, they had a lot of this stuff on the shelf. So every time Dr. Oz would promote something like Garcinia cambogia, people would come in droves to come buy the product. But Garcinia cambogia is one of those, you take it before you eat, and it's supposed to help you lose weight. And it was a pretty good seller in my store. And because I remember, because I was rebuying it and I had some good regulars for it. And I also had customers swearing by it. But I can also tell you those same customers weighed the same month in and month out, month in and month out. If you don't change your food, all the Garcinia cambogia in the world is not going to do a darn thing for you. For Skolin, that's another one that Dr. Oz also was a big, that one's also a fat burner. That one's supposed to help, obviously with weight loss. But again, if you're not having a decent diet, there's no such thing as a magic pill that's going to make it all better. The diet pills, the ones that restrict your appetite, they're almost kind of like a speed. And I had one in my store, and it was a big seller. It was like $60 for a bottle for a month. I want to say hydroxycut or hydroxy something, but those that they're almost like you're nervous. It's like you've had 25 cups of coffee, your heart's jumping out of your chest. But even the previous owner told me, if somebody wants to buy that, kind of make sure you ask them if they have any heart issues, because it may not be safe. So it bothered me to sell that one. But again, I'm in that store and people were buying it. And if they were out of it, they would panic. And it's almost like a drug addiction, because it's almost like a speed. So be very careful. And by the way, if you drastically cut your calories for too long of a period of time, that ultimately will slow your metabolism. So diet pills, for that reason, are not going to work long term. The minute you go off those pills, you get your hunger back, you're going to eat a boatload of food, you're going to feel famished, you're going to have two hollow legs, and like, oh my God, why can't I get full? And then you'll gain the weight because your body's so used to having such a little calorie intake. So I would not recommend that. Yohimbe, that's another one. Same thing. It makes you kind of nervous. I would stay away from stuff like that. It's just, I can't imagine that would be good for your system. And also vitamin B12, you want to make sure you're getting the right version of it. The cyanocobalamin, think of it as like a cyanide. Think of the word cyanide is the bad one. So you don't want the one that starts with a C. You want this one that starts with an M. You want a vitamin B12 methylcobalamin. All right. All right, what you should be aware of. Vitamin A can reduce effectiveness of blood thinners. And by the way, do not, oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of a different vitamin. Yes, because vitamin A can thicken the blood. So just be mindful of that. If you're on blood thinners, it's funny because a lot of doctors will tell you stop eating. Ginkgo biloba, that one is for memory, but that can increase blood thinning, and it's really not recommended for people with autoimmune diseases. St. John's wort, that's supposed to be good for helping you have a better mood, or it's for people that can suffer with a little bit of depression, but it can make some drugs such as antidepressants and birth control less effective. And if you are depressed, you might be taking antidepressants, depressants. And so that's why you're even taking the St. John's wort. So just be mindful of that. Comfrey or kava can cause some liver damage. So not all supplements are completely harmless. Do some homework. This is what I was going to say. Vitamin A supplements. You want to make sure you get food-based, not the synthetic, because they can also cause liver damage and bone thinning and joint pain. So stay away from those. All right, so let's dig right in. All right, so here we go. So first one, appetite appeaser. And by its name, you would think it's just there to suppress your appetite, which it can do. You want to definitely make sure you don't take it late at night. It's not like those diet pills I was talking about. It's not that strong. It's not like that. It's not going to keep you up all night like some of those diet pills can. But the appetite appeaser, what it can do, reduce hunger and nervous tension, appease the appetite naturally. It can also regulate blood sugars. It can also break down and oxidize fat. So it's also a fat burner. So this formulation naturally balances blood sugar levels in the body, helping to appease the appetite and increase energy levels. It helps to reduce the nervous tension, eliminating hunger pains, and support the body's cleansing systems. It promotes the metabolism of dangerous fat deposits and adhere to the heart and other vital organs. This product, the appetite appeaser, can be used alone or as a valuable aid in weight loss and cellulite removal. So, and this one is what's good about it too. It's got a lot of good herbs in it. Let's see. It's got burdock root, which is good for, it's a blood purifier. Chickweed herb can be good for weight loss. Dandelion root, which is good for your liver and your kidneys, and your urinary tract and your blood sugars. Lysine can help increase your muscle, can help improve blood pressure, good for your bone, good for immune system. It's got a lot of branched chain aminos in here, which is good for building muscle. Hawthorn berry, which can help regulate your blood pressure. Kelp, which is good for your thyroid. Licorice root, which is good for digestion and leaky gut. Fennel seeds, which can help reduce inflammation. And it's got branched chain aminos. So that's your appetite appeaser. It's not just to curb your appetite. All right, next up, we've got the body purifier. This one is a complete detoxification system. The program is this is a program that temporarily replaces a normal diet of solid food utilizing liquids and cleansing supplements to detoxify the body. Now you're taking it the whole time, but if you notice during cleanse days, you're taking more of the body purifier. And that's why, because you're not eating food, this is really designed to pull those toxins out of the body. The role of the purifiers is in this process is to help remove toxins from the body. This supplement may also be used as an individual supplement to strengthen the immune system in times that may be compromised. So the body purifier, that's the one, even if you've graduated, because you're not going to need all these supplements once you do your 12 weeks. But a body purifier, you want to make sure you keep that on your shelf. So the minute you feel a little bit of swollenness in your throat, a little bit of tickle in your lungs, a little bit of cough coming in on, you start to sneeze or cough a little bit. The second you feel any kind of sickness coming on, a cold, a flu, a virus, whatever, you're going to pile on. You could take up to 16 of these a day and it will nip it in the bud. Something that might have lasted 3 weeks will last maybe 3 days. But the trick with those, any kind of immune booster, by the way, body purifier is a good one, but any of the immune boosters, like I had a whole section in my vitamin store full of immune boosters. There's a lot out there. But if you wait a week until your full-blown cough is in just in full stream, none of these immune boosters are going to do anything for you. So take it immediately and take double or triple on this one, what it's recommending. So, but it also can help remove the mucus and congestion. It helps purify the blood system. It helps cleanse the lymphatic system. It fights bacteria, virus, yeast, mold, and worms. It removes environmental chemicals from harmful food additives. So this one also has burdock seed, which is a diuretic. So you're going to release all those toxins. It's a blood purifier. It's got burdock root, again, releasing toxins, good for your skin. Red clover tops is good for your cholesterol, kills bacteria, regulates blood sugars. Ginger root powder, that's good for digestion, blood sugar regulation, reduce risk of heart disease, reducing inflammation. Sarsaparilla reduces pain and swelling, reduce your risk for cancers. Lots of good stuff in here. Lots and lots and lots of good stuff in here. So that's your body purifier. All right, digestive enzymes. So enzymes, I think of like the catcher's mitt, which is why I like you to take it first. So if you're about to eat something, especially if you know it's like a gray area food or one of the foods that your body doesn't really love, like for me, if I have dairy, I can feel my joints swell up a little bit. I can feel the mucus forming in my sinuses. It's harder to breathe, So if I take an enzyme first before I put that cheese or yogurt in my body, it's going to help. So the enzymes are what breaks down your food so that your body can get those vitamins and minerals and absorb them so your body gets nourished. This enzyme blend of natural digestive enzymes to supplement those provided by foods in the body itself, because the body does make them, but as we get older, we don't make as many. Taken with each meal, this formula is a preventative tool assisting in digestion, alleviating gastrointestinal discomfort, and restoring energy to the body to improve overall health. It helps your body absorb nutrients from the food. It breaks down and absorbs the food, preventing gas. It can restore natural energy. It reduces allergies and arthritis, and it can promote weight control. And this one, again, it's got ginger root in it, which is great for digestion, peppermint, great for digestion, garlic, which is good for the gut, dandelion, again, great for your urinary tract, pancreatin, which is good for your pancreas. So, and then a lot of different enzymes. There's all kinds of different enzymes. We've got special ones for carbs, special ones for fats, special ones for proteins, special ones for dairy, special ones for gluten. So there's a lot of different enzymes. And so we got to get all of those things in there to help break down our foods. All right, next up. All right, so this one, we just recently changed it. So the one we were using before, it did have some wheat in it, and anybody with celiac was having a response. So now we changed our formula to the konjac blend. And this is going to, let's see. This cleans out the bowels and intestines without calories. It helps lower cholesterol. It contains, well, it doesn't contain those things. This is
Which one is it?
This one is the fiber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it helps clean the debris from the system by easing the passage of waste through the colon and absorbing toxins. That all being said, if you suffer from constipation, adding too much fiber can backfire and go the opposite way. What happens with fiber is it can go and it can swell, which is why we double it up and have you taking so much during the liquid portion, the cleanse, the detox part. But it makes it harder to have a bowel movement. So if your bowels are loose, then you definitely want to take more because it's going to help firm them up. If you're not going at all, I would say typically I say back off on the fiber. And some of you I've had it removed completely. So just be in touch with me if you start taking your supplements and you're noticing, hey, I haven't pooped since I started. It might be the fiber, and that's probably the first thing I'm going to have you cut in half or eliminate, depending on what you tell me. Next up, we've got the intestinal cleanser. And this is also part of the detoxification program, as you know. This is, let's see. The intestinal cleanser is an herbal bowel tonic that helps break down hard incrustation of waste and removal from the colon during detoxification. You know, they say we have between 5 and 25 pounds of sludge in the gut. Well, this intestinal cleanser is going to help get that sludge out, even if it's been there for years. And I can tell you guys, after going through the cleanse portion and the program, my tummy was distended and it literally went flat, which is just scary as heck, realizing that there was a lot of gunk in there. You know, there's so many chemicals that our body doesn't even know what to do with. So it just doesn't even know how to get rid of it. Like we eat food, it takes the vitamins and minerals and then, you know, eliminates the rest. But if they're chemicals by man-made, body doesn't even know what to do with it. So it stays stuck. And then we have that sludge and that junk just sticks in there. So the intestinal cleanser can help break down the hard incrustation of waste, removes parasites and worms from the body, restore the peristaltic action in the colon. Peristaltic action is like the little fingers in your colon that push the stuff through so that you eventually eliminate. That's what peristaltic action is. And so it should help restore that. It acts as an anti-inflammatory and an anti-irritant for joints and gastrointestinal tract. It can help lubricate the intestinal tract. It can help relieve gas and pains in the bowel. It can improve the function of the stomach and the liver. So, and this one, again, a lot of different wonderful herbs. It's got marshmallow root, which is actually good for the skin. It helps, which also helps with water retention. Oregon grape root, which is an antifungal. Yellow dog, which can help with constipation, gastrointestinal tract. Butternut bark can help with constipation and parasites. Cloves also helps with parasites, blood sugars, and inflammation. Fennel seeds helps with inflammation in bowels and gas. Ginger root, again, great for your digestion. And cascara also stimulates the bowel movements. So definitely, if you're having trouble, you might want to add an extra intestinal cleanser as well. Next up, we've got the multivitamin. All right, so let's see. This is the perfect combination of essential vitamins and minerals that are necessary for health. The formula utilizes a process of chelation, which binds minerals and aminos, making assimilation by the body much more efficient than comparable supplements. So it is definitely a very good quality. Common mineral supplements, such as bone meal and dolomite are often not chelated and must first be acted upon by the digestive process to form chelates before they can be used by the body. So if it's not chelated, it has to go through another extra process to be able to use it. The natural chelating process is not performed efficiently in many people, and because of this, many of the mineral supplements they take are of little use. That's why this is really a good brand. This can help boost energy, cleanse the blood, aid in removal of free radicals, which is your anti-aging. It can help manage weight, improve your skin tone, repair cells, fight disease, improve digestion, and detoxify the body. It just has just a boatload of all kinds of good stuff in here. All your vitamins, A, B, D, E, little magnesium, some iodine, which is good for the thyroid, some rose hips, rutinine. So those are some kelp, which is also good for the thyroid. So definitely a good multivitamin there. Next up, we've got the probiotic blend. Probiotics are basically the good bacteria in the gut. This formulation helps to maintain healthy intestinal activity, the gut function of the human digestive system to convert the food we eat into useful body fuel. A necessary and helpful contributor to properly working digestive system is an abundant supply of the friendly bacteria. We have trillions of bacteria in the gut. We have more bacteria in your gut alone than we have people on the planet. So we can't live without it. The problem is when we take things like antibiotics, it kills off the good guys as well as the bad guys. And your gut health is your immune system. Your gut is your, can affect your depression, can affect your disposition. So we definitely want to make sure we have good gut health. Okay. What's good about, it doesn't say it right here. Right. What does everybody call when I'm on these? Oh, so it doesn't say it here, but it doesn't say what, but I happen to know not all probiotics are created equal. So this is another one I want you to take prior to food, because what happens if you take it with food, especially if it's not our brand, then it has to sit in the stomach with all the food, all those digestive enzymes, all that hydrochloric acid, the stomach acids, and that can break down those little bacteria. So if you take it first, it's going to get into those intestines quicker. And that's where it's going to flourish, and that's where it's going to thrive, and that's where it's going to grow, and that's what you want it to happen. So, but the way it's made is it's coated in a beeswax. So it's naturally coated, which will survive the natural stomach acids. So this one's a good one. This one helps maintain intestinal activity, prevents the takeover of more harmful microorganisms, prevents bad breath, gas, and bloating, improve overall health of the skin by combating harmful bacteria. So it's got a lot of different strains, colony forming units, but it also has things like licorice root, zinc, Pal d'Arco, acidophilus, lactobacillus, but there's a lot of different of those strains, garlic powder, vitamin C, a lot of good stuff. So this is a good quality one. That being said, I do recommend you switch it out every 6 months or every year if that's something you're always going to take, which some of us, and I'm one of them, that's a standard for me is a probiotic. But I'll switch it up so that I get different strains. So each one, when you buy them, you want it to get enteric coated, which is what I was talking about, the beeswax. Some of them are coated with something else. Some of them don't survive the gut, and they're not a good quality. But if you can switch it up for different ones, you get different strains and different amounts of certain bacteria. So that one I do recommend you switch up every 6, 8, 12 months. All right, vitamin D. All right, so studies have shown that adequate amounts of vitamin D in the body can decrease the risk for diseases such as cancer, osteoporosis, depression, Alzheimer's, and many others. Our product is an easily absorbed liquid gel form. So what it can do is help strengthen bones, lower your risk for disease and infection. It boosts the immune system. Man, when COVID came out, I was popping vitamin D and zinc and vitamin C like crazy. It can help decrease cognitive decline in the aging. So again, vitamin D is a staple for me. You don't want to skip your vitamin D. So after you graduate, I'm still going to recommend you take a vitamin D, like 4,000 to 5,000 international units. All right, and last but not least, this is the granddaddy of them all. Now this is a really good quality shake. And there's a lot of good ones out there, and there's a lot of crappy ones out there, and there's a lot with a lot of filler and junk in them. But this candida friendly shake mixes instantly with water and can be used as a perfectly balanced meal replacement. Okay, that's what it says. I'm going to suggest it's not a complete meal because it does not have any healthy fat and it does not have any vegetables in it. And to me, we kind of need those things at each meal as well. But in a pinch, hey, it's better than nothing, better than you skipping and now you're going 18 hours without food. It's a great way to start the day if you don't have any hunger in the morning. So it may not be a complete meal, but it's better than nothing for sure. This one can be part of a healthy weight loss program, as you know. It's a substitute, can be a substitute for your meals. But again, throw some avocado in there, throw some coconut oil in there for some healthy fat, maybe a handful of spinach, put it in the blender. And now I would call it a complete meal. It mixes easy. We have great flavors. There's mocha, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. There's no artificial sweeteners. It's lactose, soy, casein, and gluten-free, candida friendly. It'll help aid you in weight loss, increase your health, and optimal daily nutrition. So let's see, the whey protein, it's got your vitamins, B vitamins, A vitamins, E, C. It's got a lot of aminos in here: tryptophan, tyrosine, valine, serine, proline, isoleucine, leucine. Those are your branch chain aminos. Arginine, and is citrulline in here too? Arginine is good vasodilator. That's really good for circulation. Iron, enzymes. It's got some enzymes in here. It's got some probiotics. So it's really good for the gut. Very, very good, candida and gut friendly. So I really like this. We do also have a vegan version. It's not notorious for tasting the best, but that goes with any pea proteins or vegan proteins. They just don't taste as good, but those options, if you don't want an animal protein, there are those options out there. Any questions on those?
Yeah, I was wondering.
I can't hear you.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So what kind of sweetener is used in the shake? Does it specify?
It should. Everything we consume, if it's in a container, it should. I would have to go look at it. I believe, I want to say monk fruit. It might have a touch of xylitol in it though. That's what I'll go find out. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the chocolate one and I don't see that. I never thought about it. Oh, here it is. Birch xylitol, non-dairy, non-fat, dry milk, probiotic fiber, whey. It's got cocoa and coconut oil. Natural. Oh, it's got stevia and monk fruit.
So a little bit of
Okay.
all the sweeteners.
So as long as there's no xylitol in it, because I don't really want to.
Have you not had any of the shakes yet, Juliet?
No, I have had the shake, and for my taste, it's a little sweet. But
Just add more water to dilute it.
Yeah, the second
Yeah.
ingredient is birch xylitol.
Yeah, see, that kind of irks me because I am not big on xylitol. But
Have you had
anyway,
any symptoms after you take the shake?
yeah, so the weird thing is that I did have a shake kind of as a meal replacement, and I did notice that what this response I have a lot of times if I have any carbs is that I will get a kind of a crash response after a while, so that I'll get really sleepy and it's hard for me to stay awake. So anyway, I love the taste of it. It's a little
You went muffled again. You went muffled again. Something changed in
yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah. Oh, I'm at work and I'm in my car. So that's my job. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but for a second there, it was like your hand was over your mouth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your speaker.
So yeah, okay, so I get it now. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm not too excited about the xylitol, but I'm going to when I do take it, just space it out. Don't drink big gulps. Just kind of go sip, 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 and drink water in between, and maybe that will negate it. The upside is that, you know, longtime sugar addict, it is nice when I do have a sweet craving to have something to.
Yeah, it's definitely a sweet tooth satisfier.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't mind, I had another question, but darn it, like I said,
well, when
my
you think
job
of it, let me know. I'm
Okay.
running
Yeah.
out of time, so I got to get through
Okay.
this.
No worries.
It's
No
just, I don't
worries.
know what happened. It's already 10 to 1. This went really fast. So this is another kit that I wanted you guys to be aware of. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just, when you go through the first 12 weeks, like you heard me say, a lot of these things are pulling the toxins from your body or putting the good stuff that's likely missing back in, like the probiotics and the enzymes and the minerals and vitamins. But once you get to the end of your 12 weeks, I want you to book a transition call and we'll see where you're at now. Where's your gut? Do you still have gas? Do you still have bloating? Do you still have weight to lose? Where are you and where do you still want to go? Or did you hit all your goals? And then I'll recommend certain supplements. But if weight loss is on your radar and you haven't hit your goal, this kit is what I'm going to likely recommend for you. And if you go through the course and you watch all the videos, you get points and you can get credits for this free to get it for free. So you don't even have to buy it necessarily if you're going through the course and you watch all the videos. So I just kind of wanted to, where is my, here it is. In here. So go over these. So the 7 keto DHEA, which basically it's DHEA is like the base of your hormones. So it helps your body produce other hormones like estrogen and testosterone. So this one is it's a fat burning powerhouse. It's basically the list I'm going to give you. All of these things are basically fat burning supplements. Let's see, this hormone in metabolite improves lean body mass while trimming the bulge from the belly and increasing energy levels naturally. So this is a really good product to have. The next one, green coffee bean extract, has high levels of chlorogenic acid, which helps burn unwanted fat for energy and also may help regulate blood sugars, which puts you in the fat burning zone. Helps reduce cravings, which helps with weight loss. You'll get slimmer and have more energy to do the things that you love. And it's also an antioxidant too. It also has polyphenols, again, antioxidant. The CLA, this is a type of fatty acid that can help reduce body fat and preserve lean muscle mass. You guys have heard me talk about that 100 times. You want to get all your protein in because you're in a calorie deficit. We don't want to lose lean mass. So taking a CLA will help your body burn fat and it stop your body from stealing all that good protein from those muscles and breaking down the muscles. And it will help speed up your weight loss. Now, the thermogenic appetite suppressant, that's the same as your appetite appeaser. So this is the only thing that's the same of what you've been taking in the first 12 weeks. But it's still a fat burner. And then the last one is raspberry ketones. Ketones are what gives raspberries their unique aroma. When ketones are extracted from the raspberries, they can be used to facilitate healthy weight loss by enabling your body to burn fat easier and increasing your body's production of fat burning hormones. And raspberry ketones are good for the brain. That has a lot of good other wonderful side effects as well. So this might be something to consider. If you've gone through the first 12 weeks, you've detoxified, Now it's go time, game on. Let's finish getting all the weight that you decided that you wanted off. All right, quality, protein powder, you just want to, on a protein powder, I'm glad I got this. It says serving size, 43 grams. But when it says how many grams of protein, it has 20 grams. So that means there's 23 grams of something else. Now, I already told you there's probiotics in here. There's prebiotics in here. There's other vitamins in here. There's other minerals in here. There's omega-3s in here. There's enzymes in here. So that's why there's so much of a discrepancy. If you're going to buy a regular protein powder, you want your protein amount, say 20 grams, to be close to what a serving is. So if a serving is, say, 26 grams and it's giving you 20 grams of protein, that's probably pretty good. But if it's 20 grams of protein and it's got 40 or 50 grams of product, you got to figure out, well, what is the other filler stuff? Now, I already told you what the filler stuff, it's good stuff in ours, but you just got to look, is it any kind of different powders or oils or different fillers that just make you feel full or whatever it is. Fish oil, when you go to buy a good omega-3, a lot of times on the front label, it'll say, 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. Well, that's all good and fine, but I don't care how much fish oil is in this darn thing. I want to know how much omega-3. So you're going to turn that bottle down and look at the nutrition facts and see how much omega-3. So if it has 1,000 milligrams of fish oil and 200 milligrams of omega-3, it means it's got 800 milligrams of filler, something else, not omega-3. So if it's 1,000 milligrams of oil and only 200 milligrams of omega-3, I would say you're wasting your money. Get something that's closer to that 1,000. It might be more, it might be less, but you want about 1,000 milligrams of omega-3. I don't care how much fish oil. You want 1,000 of omega-3. Always check your servings per container. I bought this brain supplement and it was expensive. And I started taking it and I was like, I feel like I'll pull out words a little easier. But I didn't realize when I bought it, I didn't look at servings per container. It's only 15 days. So I'd have to spend that much money twice a month to continue to take the product. So look at your servings per container when you're looking at that stuff. I talked about B12 a little earlier. This is the spelling. The B12 that you want is the methylcobalamin. It's methylated. Your body understands what it is. That's the quality B12 that you want. When you're looking at vitamin C, you want ascorbate, not ascorbic acid. If you're taking a CoQ10, ubiquinol is the natural, more absorbable version of that. So CoQ10 is great. It's great for energy. It's great for heart health. It's really great for a lot of things. But the ubiquinol is more user-friendly to the body. If you take CoQ10, your body has to do some work to convert it into the ubiquinol. So you have to spend a little more money on ubiquinol, but that's your better choice. USP certified, you want to look for products of that. Now, what that's going to do, it's not going to say, hey, this product works, or hey, this product can, keep you from getting a cold or make your headache go away or whatever. What it is telling you is if this product says it's got, 200 milligrams of B12 methylcobalamin, or it's got, 800 milligrams of omega-3, USP certified certifies that it does have what it says it has. Doesn't say whether it works, but it has what it has. So you're at least getting what you are told you're getting. My top picks of supplements, obviously Dr. Infantino's. These are good quality products. But in my vitamin store, Ancient Nutrition was probably one of my top favorite brands. I've been to their farm. I've met Dr. Axe. And what's the other guy's name? Ruben. My son actually worked for them, but I got familiar with Ancient Nutrition before all of that, and I liked them a lot before all of that. And then I got gifted with getting to go to their farm, and I see what lengths they go to make a good quality product. They have a good bone broth, plus now they've got so many other supplements. Very good quality. Garden of Life is a good brand, has a good reputation. Terry Naturally is a good brand for curcumin or turmeric. Really not cheap. They are not cheap. But Terry Naturally, I do like it. If you're looking for a curcumin, turmeric product for anti-inflammatory or liver health, something like that, Terry Naturally is it. Thorn also has a very good reputation. And if you're looking for a good quality fish oil, Carlson is something that I would definitely recommend as well. All right. So did anybody remember their question? Somebody had, I think Juliet had forgot. Anybody's thoughts? Does anybody have any favorite products that they like? All right. So coach at drinfantino.com is my email. If you have other questions, or if you guys want to book your one-on-one with me, coachtammy.drinfantino.com. And that's the office number. Actually, I think that's wrong now. Yeah, it's 855-697-8100. Or 866-697-8100. Sorry, one of those is wrong. Anyway, anybody else got anything else? So next week, we'll just come together, join in the first 10 minutes though, because if nobody shows up, I mean, if people show up and you join late, then and we're still on the Zoom, that's great. But I'll wait 10 minutes if nobody comes. It's just, I've done this too many times and it's kind of been the routine for Christmas week. So anyway, if you have no other questions, I will bid you adieu and see you guys all hopefully really soon.
Okay, Tammy, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Merry
Bye.
Christmas.